Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am here to review 4 Black-owned planner companies. I am so excited to share these products with you and to share these companies with you because if you're like me, I didn't know that some of these existed. One of them I knew about, the other 3 I did not until it was pointed out to me, and I'm so excited that I was able to purchase these planners and share them with you today. I will say that 2 of these 4 planners have sold out since I purchased them, so I'm gonna flip through them today. I'm gonna share my thoughts with you, but you can't get these 2020 versions of 2 of these planners right now. They're not available, but you will be able to buy products from those companies in the future, so I still thought it would be valuable to share my review of those products with you today. Additionally, I will be giving away actually 5. I have 5 planners because I have 2 from this company to share with you today. I'm going to give away all 5 of them to 5 of you. I will leave the link down in the description box to enter the giveaway. You will only be able to enter the giveaway for whichever planner is your favorite. They're all different. They are all so different and so beautiful and unique in their own way. So I can't wait to share them with you, and let's get right into it because we have a lot of planners to talk about. Okay, let's start with Ivory Paper Co because this is a planner that has something so unique that I haven't seen any other planner company do it, period. And it has gotten a lot of hype in the last couple of months, and I'm just really super excited to be able to look at it. Let's start with actually the background information. So this is the owner of Ivory Paper Co. Her name is Alitza. I hope I'm saying that right. She is gorgeous and her name is gorgeous, and she's just created a really, really great company. They offer a ton of different products and covers and planners and layouts and just so many options. I only have one today that I picked up, but trust me, go to their website and check out all of the other options because even if this particular planner isn't something that you're interested in, it's possible that there's gonna be another planner on their website that will work for you. So let's start with just the structure of the planner. It does have a wire O binding, which I know is not some people's favorites, but I love the color of it. It's like kind of a darker gray. Like it's silver, but it's not like a shiny metallic silver, which I really like. The cover is a hard cover and it's got this kind of shiny exterior that's really beautiful. I chose this tangerine cover even though I knew I wasn't gonna keep this planner because I just thought it was super cute and fun and bright. And then it's got silver reinforcements, which again, a lot of companies do the gold accents when they do the reinforcements and the coil. So I love that this is all silver. In terms of the size, I'm gonna compare it to a typical 7x9 planner because that is what most people are comfortable comparing it to. It is about 1 inch wider and maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller. So it is a little bit bigger than a normal 7x9, but when I compare it to this like massive, giant mumbo jumbo planner that I have, it's smaller than that. So, I mean, it's kind of an in-between size between those two when you're thinking of planner sizes. The one that I ordered is a 12-month planner, so it's not super thick. And let's go ahead and start flipping. So on the inside, it's got sort of a cover page. It doesn't ask you to write your name, which is so funny because on one of my prior videos, somebody commented that that was something that was super difficult for them. So maybe it's better that it doesn't give you a space to write your name. And then it has 2 pages for an address book with 4 contacts on each page. Then it has a page for a password keeper, so you put the website, email, and password. Then it has a page for a reading wish list. I really love this page. So you put the title and then you put if you bought it, are you reading it, are you done? I would probably add a column here for something like on hold at the library or something like that, but I really love this. Then it jumps into the monthly layout. So this planner starts in July, and if you'll notice, the best thing about this monthly layout is the Monday start. That is my favorite thing about this monthly layout. It's also just very simple. There is no color, it's all black and white, so it's super neutral. So you've got your typical monthly layout with your monthly boxes, and then you have this box over here that says important, no lines on any of this, and it's got a nice like simple font. I think this is a great monthly layout. Then we go into the weekly layout. So you have a layout for each week. Again, this starts July 1st. So on the left side, you've got a sidebar that has goals, habits, and then a note section, space for 2 habits. Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday don't have the same amount of space. I know that a lot of people struggle with that and they kind of wish Saturday and Sunday had the same amount of space. So that's a deal breaker for some people, but just something to note. But it does mean that you get a whole extra sidebar on the right-hand side where you've got notes, gratitude, and then next week. Then what makes this planner unique is it goes straight from a weekly layout to a daily layout. So this planner has monthly, weekly, and daily options. So the daily layouts for the weekdays look like this. You've got what is due at the top. You've got a box for gratitude, a ton of space for to-dos. You've got water bottles at the bottom for hydrate. You've got a schedule section from 6 to 10 with an hour time slot for each. And then you've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is the layout for every weekday, which is kind of awesome. This is something I probably could use for work. Like, I like all that layouts. I don't know that I need a weekly for work though, truthfully, but I do like the daily layout for work. So you've got that for each of the weekdays. And then when you get to Saturday and Sunday, you've got it all on one page. Now, normally I agree that having Saturday and Sunday on one page is kind of frustrating. However, because this planner is bigger and because it has the schedule for both of them and just a massive to-do list that works for both days, this would totally work for me. Because when I plan out Saturday and Sunday, I like to do the times for both days, and then the to-dos, they can happen on either day. They just need to happen at some point over the weekend. So I actually really like this Saturday and Sunday layout, and this is something I definitely could use because it's big enough and it has all the things that I like for the weekends without having them, each on their own page. So then you go into the next week. So it's all dated, and it goes into the next weekly layout and then into the next dailies until you get to the end of the month. And then it goes into the monthly at the end of the week. So you'll see August 1st is on the Saturday and Sunday page, and then it goes into the August monthly, and then the first week that is the full week of August is after the August monthly. That's kind of how that works out. And then let's go ahead and flip to the back. Again, this is a 12. Just kidding, I was totally wrong. This is only a 6-month planner. That explains why it's so thin and it has daily pages. So this is only a 6-month planner. So it goes until the last week of December into the first week of January. And then that's it. There are no notes pages in the back. That's all that comes in this planner. I will point out the elephant in the room. The big thing missing from this planner that would probably drive me insane is that there are no tabs at all. Like, there's nothing that tabs you to the month, which can be a little bit frustrating. However, it does allow you to have a bigger planner without the cover being bigger. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be much wider, or the paper would have to be thinner in order to have the tabs. So yeah, I mean, if you're using a bookmark, could you live without tabs? It depends on how often I think you use your monthly layout. I think if you use your monthly layout a lot, you would definitely miss the tabs. In terms of the layout, I really like them. If you can handle Saturday and Sunday on one page, I think the layout's really great. The coil is kind of frustrating. That happens in any planner, the wire oak coil, even the planners that I love that have that kind of coil. But again, this is the only planner I've ever seen that has a coiled version with a monthly, a weekly, and a daily. So I think that that is super unique. So this planner was $49, and again, you can still get this on the website with a ton of different cover options and any start date pretty much. You can get August, you can get September, you can get October. You can actually even get mid-August if you were ordering in the middle of the month, which I think is a super unique concept. I've never seen anybody offer a mid-month start date, but hey, it potentially saves you 2 weeks of a planner that you weren't gonna use. So those are the options, and my quick flip through of the Ivory Paper Co. I realized I did forget to talk about the paper. So the paper itself is, it's medium thickness. Like, it's not the thickest paper I've ever felt in a planner, but it's also not the worst paper I've ever felt in a planner. It's very white and very smooth, which are both pros in my book. And then again, it's a pretty, like, relatively good thickness. I probably wouldn't be able to use my Papermate flares on it without shadowing, but I also have a very heavy hand. You could probably use any pen that you would normally want to use and it would work just fine. I'm not gonna pen test it because I am giving all these planners away and I don't wanna ruin it for you. Okay, the next company I'm gonna talk about, I'm also super excited because I think that these are also beautiful products with silver coils. And these are the Simply Yours Day Planner from Bailey Shea Designs. So this is owned by a woman named, actually her name is flip-flopped, it's She Bailey. Actually, I don't know if I'm saying that right, if it's Shay or She, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Somebody please correct me if I'm not. But she is, I've messaged with her a few times back and forth on Instagram and via email, and she is an incredibly professional and talented and genuine woman, and I'm super excited to share her planners with you today. I was so excited when I went to her website that I bought 2. I just couldn't resist. I wanted to share 2 of them with you. So let's start with the weekly and then we'll go through the daily. So both of these planners are 12-month planners. The weekly one is obviously thinner because it's a weekly and not a daily. The size is pretty comparable to a normal 7x9 planner that you're used to, except the cover is that hard cover again with a nice silver coil. This one's a little bit lighter than the one we showed before, and those silver accents on the corners, man, I just love that. However, the foil on the actual planner is gold. I love this like flower, I think it's called the Joy design. It's beautiful. She has other cover designs as well, but the nice hard cover, love it. All right, let's start flipping through. I like this lavender on the inside. So this one does have a page in the front where you would write your name. And then it has kind of how to use the planner, like what each page would be used for. We've got a 2020 holidays page with gorgeous colors. I love the colors that she's chosen here for the holidays. And then we've got an overview, January through December of 2020, and then January through December of 2021. Then you have plans and projects. You've got little check boxes starting in July of 2020 through June of 2021. This planner itself starts in August, so I'm not sure why those two don't match up exactly, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just 1 month off essentially. And I like these pages. I like that there's already a checkbox because I always want to check things off. So I like that there's already a checkbox that I don't have to draw. Then you have 2 pages of important contacts. Then you have a page for vacation planning. So destination, date, lodging, travel fees, itinerary with a bunch of check boxes, and then vacation planning, just a bunch of check boxes. I guess that could be in a continuation of the itinerary. Then you have a website passwords, monthly bills. I wonder if you have this. Oh no, this is like an overview for the year. So the overview for the year, you've got, these are all the things that you pay every single month. How much do you pay and what day is it due? And then these are, did you pay all of those every month? So January through December, these match up with each other. And then it has a whole separate section on the back for your own bills. And you could do this for quarterly or annual bills too, and just like highlight or circle the month that you have to pay it. I like that they include that. I don't typically budget on paper, but I know that people do, and to have that as part of your planner is nice as well. Then one of the things I love about this planner is it has a whole separate goals section at the beginning. So it says organize your goals around your dreams. You brainstorm into buckets. You brainstorm into buckets again with numbers, so prioritizing. So you basically could do a big brain dump here of things that you want to do, put them into buckets here, and then kind of rank your buckets here. And then you kind of start with actually setting your goals. So things to consider as you're setting your goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, just some more advice, and then a notes section. Oh my gosh, look at these pages. Holy moly. So they separate them out into category. You've got body and wellness, social and friendship, and you do long-term goals, short-term goals, and then actions to take to achieve those short-term goals. We have career and business, financial, family, home and household, spiritual faith and intuition, creativity, education, and interest. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of goal setting. I do like that they have categories at the top. I think that's helpful for some people to guide them. Sometimes I kind of wish it was just open-ended so you could pick your own categories, but pros and cons to each. And then it has a long-term goals at a glance. So you would just kind of copy over your long-term goals from these pages to kind of be able to see them at a glance. I'm trying to think, does she consider long-term goals like the whole year? No, like further than that, like 3, 4, 5 years. And then your favorite quote, and that's kind of the front goal section. So for those of you who have kind of struggled in the past, you don't necessarily want something separate for your goals, this planner is a great option where your goals are lumped in together with your planner. So then we get into the actual planner, and right now on her website, she only has it up to an August start. I don't know if that means that she won't do September, October, November, or if they're just not up there yet. Like she doesn't want somebody buying a September start until after it's too late to get an August start. Does that make sense? Like as of the time that I'm filming this, you could still order a planner and get it in time for August 1st. So why do you need the September start up on the website? So that's what I'm hoping, is that if you wanted a September start and you're ordering it after August 1st, you could get one. But right now it has everything from January. I don't know why you would get a 2020 start up through an August start. So you've got a page that just kind of is the intro to the month. The page is the exact same as all the other pages, but the tab itself is laminated. So you have August notes and to do, and then you get into the August monthly layout. Again, a classic monthly layout. A sidebar that says things to do with lines. I like when there's lines on the sidebar. And then it's got these little mini calendars in the corner for the prior month and the upcoming month. This monthly layout is a Sunday start. But again, very simple. You can do with it whatever you wish. It's all neutral. Then you get into the weekly layouts. And again, it's just sort of a vertical layout that starts on Monday, but it's just check boxes all the way down from top to bottom. So you're not filling in different boxes. There's not really times. Now you could put times. either next to the checkbox or on top of the checkbox. It's just got lines next to it, but it's got the days of the week are all the same, and then it's got shorter boxes for Saturday and Sunday. So again, some people have strong feelings about Saturday and Sunday being different. It's just something to keep in mind. And then at the bottom, it's got a note section for meals, plans, to-dos. In my mind, I kind of wish it had just gone all the way down the vertical instead of having this note section at the bottom, because I don't really know what I would use that section for, truthfully, because it doesn't really split it up by day. It's just kind of this extra box, but I mean, I'm sure people find creative uses for it. So that's the vertical layout. And then it goes through the entire month till we get to the end of the month, and then it has August goals reviewed. So what I find is interesting is you don't really set up your August goals anywhere in advance, but then you review them. So that part is kind of confusing to me, how we're reviewing our goals without setting them up. I don't know if you're just setting them up here and it counts for all of it. I kind of would like an opposite to this at the beginning. I guess you could do it here. You could do it on this notes page. But I like this idea of doing the goal review for all of them at the end of the month, but I just wish there was a goal set up to counter it. Then you move into September, and again, it looks the same as August. There's a different quote at the top, but otherwise everything is the same. You can see here now that there are holidays on the monthly layouts, and then everything looks the same. All the months have that same pink color at the beginning, so it doesn't have a different color until you get to the end of July. Since it started in August, we end in July, and then you have one notes page, and then you have another kind of recap of your goals. So a long-term goals year review where you kind of recap again those 8 goal categories. And then you have a ton of notes pages. There are 12 full notes pages in the back, and plus the 2 extras. There's a lot of notes pages. If you're somebody who likes a lot of notes pages, this planner has it, and they're all just lined, so they're very simple. You can do whatever you want with them. I think that's a great addition. I know a lot of people really love extra notes pages. And then you have a pocket folder in the back. It does have a fairly short pocket. Sometimes I found issues with planners that have shorter pockets, like stuff falls out a little bit easier. I kind of wish it was maybe a little bit higher, but hey, there's a pocket, so that's always a positive. In terms of paper quality, I would say it's basically the same as the Ivory Paper Co. It's super bright white, super smooth, and a kind of that medium thickness, where basically any normal pen that you're gonna use is gonna be just fine. You're not gonna use a Sharpie, or if you have a heavy hand, you might have to be a little bit more careful, but it's much better than, you know, some of the planners I've struggled with in the past. So all in all, I think this planner is really great if you like to-do lists. Like if you just like to check things off, all the checking of the things. Like this could be a really great accompanying planner to something where it's just like your to-do list planner and you just keep all of your running to-do lists. So I also grabbed the daily layout, which you can see is bigger. Not necessarily bigger in terms of the cover, but the coil is much bigger and the planner itself is much bigger because there's a page for every day. And this is still a 12-month planner. So all of the intro pages are all the same because again, they're the same planner. So you're gonna have all the same goal pages, the same type of tabs and all those things, the same monthly layout. The only difference is gonna be the daily layout instead of a weekly. So each day you've got a section on the left for the schedule. You have 1 hour per line, goes from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. You've got a section for wellness, healthy habits, a section for water. Then you have priorities, notes, meal plan, where you've got a bunch of to-do lists, current goals, and daily gratitude. For the most part, I really like this layout. I wish the lines continued down into the gratitude section. That's probably the only comment I have there, but otherwise, I think that this is a great daily layout. The only concern, if this is a concern for you, is that Saturday and Sunday are on the same page. So you have one page for Saturday and Sunday. The big thing here that kind of seems weird to me is why they have different things at the top, like today's schedule, to-dos, appointments. I kind of wish they both just said the same thing, but you could do what you need to do here and do the hours here, and then you've got to-do lists here, water, and the daily gratitude. So depending on how much space you actually need, you know, if you're not planning from 5 to 8 on a Sunday, you know, you could squeeze in just what you need. It could still work for you, but just something to keep in mind. And just the same thing. It flips through all 12 months until the end of July. This one, however, does not have near as many notes pages. So it ends, you know, August 1st, and then you only have 3 really notes pages in the back. And these ones say notes at the top, which I thought was interesting. It's different from the weekly planner. So this is still a great daily option, especially if you don't mind Saturday and Sunday being on the same page. All the silver, love the designs, and I love, obviously, all the goal setting stuff that's a part of this planner. Okay, the next planner we're moving into is called the Goosby Planner, or it's created by the Goosby Twins, Kayla and Christina Goosby, who are gorgeous, by the way. I love following them on Instagram just to see all of their photos. They're gorgeous women, and they seem so incredibly sweet. And the thing that blew my mind about this company is they've been creating planners for years. They have been creating these planners for so long, but I was really excited to snag one of these final 2020 planners. Again, there are no more planners available for 2020, but I still wanted to flip through this with you so that if it's something that you think would work for you for 2021, you can go follow this company on Instagram and keep an eye out for their 2021 planners. So let's start digging in. Again, a size comparison. It is a little bit bigger than your typical 7x9. It's actually not taller, it's just wider than your typical 7x9 planner. The coil, however, is a little bit smaller. So it's a little bit more travel friendly if you're someone who carries your planner around. They had 2 cover options for 2020, and they just had this big 2020. Again, all the silver. I am here for all the silver. And they came with lots of little goodies. Oh, here's a picture of them. Oh my gosh, look at them, y'all. They are just, again, they're so gorgeous. There's their logo. And there's a bunch of like extra little stickers. So make your own magic, these little crowns, I've arrived, just all these little extra goodies and stickers that they threw in here. So this one does have a name page this planner belongs to. Then you have a 2020. And then they have this kind of background page about what is the meaning behind their company and why they created their products, and absolutely love it. Just super, they are super inspirational to me. So you have this overview page. We've got 2020 and 2021, all of the months. It's just kind of a year at a glance. And then you have a holidays page. So you've got all the holidays from January through December, a variety of different holidays represented. And then you start into the monthly section. So you've got a notes page to start before you get to the tabbed page. The tabbed page is a little bit thicker than all the other pages, but it's not laminated, but it is significantly thicker than the rest of the pages. The tabs are laminated and they are all black, so super neutral. I love that there's a quote on the front of each page. And then here is the monthly layout. This one is a Sunday start with your kind of line section on the side and your little mini calendars. The holidays are printed in the monthly layout, but again, super neutral. I feel like that's the theme here. Everything is so neutral. You can just do anything that you want with it. Then here is the weekly layout. So it's a vertical layout that's got 3 boxes for the vertical, and all the days are the same size. However, the weekend does have these like dotted line boxes, so it looks a little bit different than the weekday. So if you are somebody whose weekend is a different day of the week, that might bug you if that there's a different kind of lines. It may not, but I mean, I work Monday through Friday, so it wouldn't bother me, but it might bother somebody else. It does also have these quotes kind of sprinkled throughout. It's not on every week, and it's always on a different day. That I think might get in my way. I love quotes, don't get me wrong. I love a good motivational quote, but the fact that it's on a different day every week, I think would kind of throw me off a little bit, but just something to keep in mind. Then you have a section over here on the side that's just grayed out. So it doesn't have any lines. It's just kind of a gray sidebar. And then you've got lines down here at the bottom. And you just kind of repeat that for all of the weekly layouts. The holidays are listed in the weekly layouts down here at the bottom. You can see MLK Day, and then that's it. You just kind of keep flipping through the weekly layouts. Now, at the end of the month, before you get into the next month, you have some other pages that are associated with January. So they've got a page that's focused on budgeting. So you've got bills, amount, and due date. You've got a monthly calendar here to do something with, and then you have a savings chart that's got all of the weeks, and then you have a note section. I think that this is, again, super helpful like we talked about before. If you like having all of your stuff in one planner, having the budgeting stuff together can be very helpful. Then you have a grocery list that's split up into different categories, and then you have 2 more full notes pages, and then you get into February. So you have your February notes page, and then your February like tabbed page into the monthly layout, so on and so forth. And again, this is a 2020 planner. They only offered a January through December 2020 option. So if you do decide that this is the best planner for you, just keep that in mind. I'm gonna ship it to you as quickly as possible, but by the time you get it, it is only gonna have another however many months left in it. So it goes all the way till the end of December. And then we have an actual tabbed notes section. And then you have 4 notes pages, kind of. This one doesn't have a back in the back. And then you've got a couple blank pages in the back. If you're somebody that likes to have those blank pages to work with, you've got a couple of those, and then that's it. There's no pocket in the back or anything, just all those notes pages. In terms of paper quality, I would say it's basically the same. This feels maybe a smidge thicker. I wish I could pen test it, but I just don't want to ruin it for somebody who might want to use it, especially if there aren't that many notes pages. But I would say it's pretty consistent. Very smooth, very white, and pretty much the same medium thickness as the other 2 planners that we've looked at. So again, this is just a 2020 version, no longer available, but go follow them on social media if this is something that you think might work for you in 2021. I've also seen that they're planning to do some other types of products or types of planners, so just keep an eye on them. All right, and then the last planner I have to review today is from Cloth and Paper, who is very well known in the planner community. This is the one company I did know about that I knew existed. I met Ashley at the Chicago Planner Conference, the very first one, whatever year that was, 2018, I think. And I actually heard her speak on Instagram, like on Instagram aesthetics at that first Chicago Planner Conference. And at that point, she wasn't making a whole lot of things. Like her shop was still very small. Now it is blown up, and she is actually set to speak at Go Wild next year. And her shop is more known for ring binders, inserts, and then like inserts for disc planners. I am not a ring planner or a disc planner. And as much as I would love to order one to review it for you, I just don't think that I could do that justice. There are lots of other YouTube channels that have shown the Cloth and Paper inserts for rings and for discs and all kinds of things. But when I went to her website to kind of browse, because I did really want to support her, and I was like, well, I'll just buy some sticky notes or just something else. The other thing about her aesthetic you should know is she's very pastel. So all of her sticky notes and stickers that she sells are all very pastel. And if you know me, I am not very pastel. So sometimes I'm like, rings and pastel, like, is there something that I might be able to actually give my thoughts on? And then I saw this. She did have a coiled planner for 2020. This is also sold out. So I'm gonna review it for you and give you my thoughts, and I will send this to one of you who wins the giveaway, but keep in mind that this is no longer available. But again, follow her on social media and look at all the other things that she makes, and then see when she releases this for 2021. So this one is different than all the other ones we've reviewed, because even though it is a coil, it's got this kind of fabric outside that almost looks like a binder, but it's very small. Like, this is a super tiny planner. It's super portable. Okay, well, when I compare it with the coil, it doesn't look that much smaller, but it feels a lot smaller and more compact than any of the other planners that I've held today. On the side, it just has volume 2020, and this one is gold. It does have gold accents. But then when we open up the inside, there's a pocket on the inside, just a paper pocket that you could stick some stickers in, and it's got that wire O binding again, and this is in black. But because this wire O is like, oh no, I think you still might have those same issues. I was thinking because it would be inside this cover, you might not have the same issues as you do when it's outside of it, but I think you might still have those same wire O issues, but it is black, which I think is really sleek and beautiful. So it starts with 2020 weekly planner. This book belongs to you. 2020 at a glance from January through December. Then you've got your holidays page, and then it starts with January. The paper on the monthly page is a little bit thicker than the other pages, but not too much, and the tab is laminated. The tabs are all black, again, very sleek. Her aesthetic is very sleek, very modern, very simple. So you start with this first January page. You've got birthdays, important dates, and weekly habits, and then a monthly to-do list, kind of this overview page. Then you have your monthly layout. It does start on a Sunday. It's got the different holidays printed. The sidebar is over here on the side, but it does have the lines on the sidebar, which I always appreciate when there's lines included. Then you go into the weekly layouts, and this is sort of, because this planner is so small and the pages are so narrow, it's not a horizontal or a vertical. It's just one box for each of the days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the days have the same box size. And then this little box up in the corner has your mini calendar and then your 3 priorities for the week, which I like that. I think that this would make a really good either separate planner for something, like if you were using a planner specifically for social media content, or just something not your normal day-to-day when you don't need as much space. I think this is a great option for that. I think it's also a great accompaniment to a daily planner because you can see your week at a glance and you can kind of map out the things that you plan to do each day, that you think are gonna happen each day, but you don't need that much space because you have your daily planner to accompany you. So I think that both of those would be great uses for this planner. I know it wouldn't be enough space if I was just using this one, but I love the sleekness and kind of the design that she has. So you flip through all the different weeks and then you get to the end of the month and there are these like monthly lists pages. I don't know what to call these, but it literally starts at 1 and goes to 31 and they're just blank. So you could do a gratitude, you could do what you're working out, you could track your meals, you could track your steps, you could do all kinds of things with these pages. I think that these are really cool. Maybe this would make a really great like health and wellness planner, because then you have like each of these days and then you could track something every day 1 through 31. I don't know, just an idea. And then on the back of this page, oh, you have another one. So you've got 3 of those 1 through 31, and then you move into February and you've got the same thing until the end of December, and that's it. There's no extra notes pages. Again, a very simple, like minimal planner option. I'm very much like the simplicity of this. But again, go check out her website because she's got tons of other stuff besides just this planner. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. It's a rabbit hole that I'm sending you down. But that is it. So those are the 4 Black-owned planners that I ordered to share with you. I did order a 5th one, but it got lost in mail land and I haven't been able to track it down yet. And some of these planners start soon or have already started, and I wanted to get this video up and get these sent to you if you wanted them. So when that one comes, I will share it with you, probably just in a weekly vlog. But I wanted to get this video up of these 4 companies and celebrate these 4 women and their incredible success creating these beautiful products. And again, I am going to be giving all 5 of these planners away to 5 of you. So go check out the link in the description box and enter the giveaway. And then I will pick the winners randomly and share them 1 week from the date that this video goes live, which is Friday, July 24th. I almost said January. It is July. July 24th, I will pick the winner. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. Then it has a not boxes. These are not boxes. No, wait, just kidding. Category, what am I saying? The August, oh, things are falling out, hang on. So they've got a pages. The table keeps wiggling.